Good morning, Henry County High School. Welcome to today's Wildcat News. I'm Principal Sagasser. Just as every single day during the news I've done, I'm going to remind you to make sure that you go grab your food. That's breakfast and lunch, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can pick it up here at the high school. You can swing by Eastern Elementary School, or you can swing by Newcastle Elementary School. Big congratulations go out to the boys varsity soccer team on their 2-0 victory last night over Covington Homes. Also, congratulations to the volleyball team on their 3-0 win over Gallatin County last night. The girls golf team travels over to Wheatley, Kentucky. That's Fairway Golf Course. They play this afternoon against Owen County. And the girls soccer team hosts Louisville Collegiate tonight at home at 6 o'clock. That looks to be all the Wildcat news I have this morning. We're going to swing it over to Mr. Robbins with Reppin' with Robbins.
Thank you, Mr. Sagasser. You know, I look around and see the things going on in our school and see the teachers coming in during the week, especially on Mondays and Wednesdays. It's just, I'm proud to be a part of Henry County, seeing the things that we're doing, frustrations that we kind of go through with trying to get stuff out online to kids and flash drives and things like that. But remember, you all, we're all in this together. We'll stick to it. It's right around the corner. We'll get our kids back. We did a good job with the cafeteria staff this morning, so I want to give a shout out to Larry and his janitor crew and the cafeteria staff for getting a plan going forward when the kids come back and we go to lunch. So it's just a great shout out to everybody in Henry County and the things we do here. It's been pretty impressive since March, kind of how people have stepped up. I'll also get a shout out to Miss Harper, as her mom calls her, Roro. Miss Harper Roro. So this morning, you're always working hard in the front office behind Mom, and I think you actually worked so hard today you completed everything by 11. So that was pretty impressive, Harper. Keep doing a good job with that. And I also want to give a shout out to Wyatt Davey. I come into Miss Davies' class yesterday to ask her a question, and Wyatt decides to give me a piece of candy, which was pretty awesome. Just stepped out of his way, gave me a piece of unwrapped candy, which was pretty cool. So Wyatt, I appreciate the piece of candy you gave me. Just shows where your heart was at yesterday. You're a good kid, always looking out for other people, so I appreciate that. One of the things that we've also talked about too is making a difference when it comes to things in Henry County and what we can do for you all and what we can do for each other. It's all about just being you, so I've got a little bit of a story I want to read to you today. It's about a story about a man in a boat. So one day a man was asked to paint a boat by an owner of that boat. He brought him paint and brushes and began to paint the boat a bright red as the owner had asked him. While painting, he realized there was a hole in the hull and decided to repair it. When finished painting, he received his money and he left. The next day, the owner of the boat came to the painter and presented him with a pretty nice check, much higher than the payment that he was supposed to be receiving for the painting. The painter was surprised. "You've already paid me for the boat," he said, "but this is not for the paint job," the owner said. "It's for having repaired the hole in the boat that I thought I knew was never there." And the painter says, "But it was such a small service. Certainly it's not worth paying me such a high amount of money for something so insignificant." The owner said, "My dear friend, you do not understand. Let me tell you what happened. When I asked you to paint the boat, I forgot to mention about the hole. When the boat dried, my kids took the boat and went on a fishing trip. They did not know that there was a hole. I was not at home at the time. When I returned and noticed they had taken the boat, I was desperate because I remembered that the boat had a hole. Imagine my relief and joy when I saw them returning from fishing. Then I examined the boat and found that you had repaired the hole. You see, now what you did was pretty amazing. You saved the life of my children. I do not have enough money to pay you for a small good deed." So guys, in the moral of the story and what I'm bringing to you today, no matter who, when, or how, just continue to help sustain and wipe tears, listen attentively, and carefully repair all the leaks that you find in life. Because you never know when one is in need of us or when God hopes a pleasant surprise for us to be helpful and important to someone. Along the way, you may have repaired numerous boat holes that you never knew of for several people without realizing it and without realizing how many lives you've saved. Make a difference. Be the best you. So that goes to us as Henry County. Just continue doing what we do, make a difference for people, because we never know the path we walk on who we're helping and who we're around, so bring the best out to those people around you. Going to our push-up challenge with Repping with Robbins. Miss Bobby Zaring was challenged yesterday by Miss Alicia McAllister, and Bobby was kind of creative with her challenge today. So here's what she did.
You ready?
I don't know if you can see that. She puts Mr. Wyatt Davey in to do her push-ups. So he finished his 20, which Wyatt, I'm pretty impressed with that, man. And what she wanted to do, and that's kind of the second shout out to Wyatt today. So Wyatt, pretty impressive on your push-ups. She wants to challenge Miss Becky or Miss Kelly Miller. I almost went through a different route. Miss Kelly Miller. So you're challenged by Miss Bobby Zaring, so you'll have a chance to do your 20 push-ups. I'm getting ready to do my 20. So my 20 is going to go out today to Major Holland. So I'm going to go Major Holland's way, military style. So Major Holland, 20 push-ups, and I know you'll do them. So looking forward to seeing them. And now it's my time for my 20. And there's 20. Remember, guys, make a difference and be the best you. Back to you, Mr. Saxon.
Thank you, Mr. Robbins. Appreciate that. So looks like we got a couple new challenges. Miss Miller, you've been challenged. Major Holland, you've been challenged. Our next segment is with Mr. Sutley with Sutley Circle.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing great. One thing I want to touch on today is just kind of where everybody is in their head and with their schoolwork. I've got some concerns with how students are doing, and so what I'm noticing is that we're starting to see some real struggles for our students. And you know, we sometimes when we start something new, we go through this honeymoon period where it's new, it's exciting, we're just happy to be there. And so things are a little bit easier. And then as that honeymoon period wears off, things begin to get a little more difficult, and our motivation starts to fade a little bit. So, and that's kind of what I'm seeing with some of our students. So I just want to give you a little pump up here and give you my strategy for success. And this is for school, but this really goes for anything. And so it's three things really. It's show up, it's speak up, and then it's put up. And so with show up, what I'm saying is be there. Show up to the class. Get into the Google Classroom when you're supposed to get into your Google Classrooms. All right? Speak up. You know, be attentive. Be paying attention. So it's one thing to show up, but then you also have to be attentive. So you need to speak up. You need to ask the questions that you have, and be actively involved in the process of learning. And the last one is put up. And that's simply do your work. Demonstrate your learning. Demonstrate what you're figuring out through the classwork, and so put up your work. So students, I just want to challenge you to this simple formula. I know it can sometimes seem overwhelming, or maybe we're not as excited anymore, but show up to class, speak up in class, and then put up and show us your work. Hope everyone has a great day. If you have any questions, or if you're struggling and you need someone to talk to, by all means reach out to me. I'd be happy to speak with you and help you get back on the right track.
Thank you, Mr. Sutley. I always appreciate those insightful words. Today is Wednesday, and that means it's definitely a special day because every Wednesday we have Miss Bergen with us with Books with Bergen. Miss Bergen?
Hey everybody, so today I want to talk to you about ebooks and audiobooks. So it's a really exciting day because today is the first day we are using our brand new app called Sora. So Sora works on any device, so you can put it on your phone, your Chromebook, your iPad, but it's Sora, S-O-R-A, and it has a ton of ebooks and audiobooks on it for you to use. When you download your Sora app from your app store, the first thing that's going to pop up is for you to find your school. So the only thing you got to make sure of is that you do not click Henry County, Georgia, because we are Henry County, Kentucky. When you find our school, you can easily log in using your Google email. So all you have to do is use your school email, and when you do that, it logs you in and gives you access to all of the books that I talked to you about last week, both in ebook and audiobook form, and hundreds of other books as well. So brand new books that have just come out, just been released, and the app is super easy to use. And I think audiobooks sometimes we don't always think of those, but they are great for just everyday, use, so that like you can be doing other things and be listening to an audiobook either while you're in the car going for a drive or sitting in the waiting room at the doctor's office. And it's a great way to de-stress. So I highly recommend using this app, and in fact I would recommend jumping on it right now. So you just go to your app store, search for SORA for Sora, and then log in using your school email. You can also access the website on our library school website, or I've asked all the English teachers to also put a link in your Google Classrooms. So you should be seeing that today. If you ever need help with using it, just ask. I'm happy to help you, or if you need help finding a book, I'm happy to help you. But I promise you, if you try it out today, you will really, really enjoy it. There's a lot of really fun things to explore. And also, the reason we picked this app over any other company was because you can also easily access the Henry County Public Library books as well. So it gives you full access to the public library without even having a library card. So this is really exciting, and I really hope you try it out today. And if you need anything, you just let me know. And so today's Books with Bergen is all about ebooks and audiobooks. And again, if you need anything, just let me know. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Bergen. Really appreciate that. Sora sounds like some sweet, delicious corn opportunity. So, students, make sure you check that out. Thank you, Ms. Bergen. Really appreciate all the innovative things that we are always doing in our Media Center. Students and staff, that's the end of today's Wildcat News. We appreciate everyone being with us as always. We hope you have a very blessed day. So for Cam the intern, Mr. Robbins, Mr. Sutley, Miss Bergen, and JTB, everybody have a great day. Thank you.